Hey guys, today, unfortunately, we're not going to be being very positive. We're going to be being negative. And it's talking about Haslab. I mentioned this in my Death Source video, my Death Source review last week. I want to talk about Haslab and my opinions on it. Nothing against Death Source. It's not his fault. Nothing's Death Source's fault here. So he's just here just to represent Haslab. And I have a couple other toys to represent other things. So let's get to talking about Haslab. At least in my personal opinion. Other people can agree to different things, and this may be a controversial opinion. I don't know. Anyone can disagree with me. Anyone can agree with me. Anyone can call me out on my opinion. Anyone can say whatever about it. This I don't want to. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and this is my opinion. So if anyone disagrees, you're completely fine to disagree with me. And if you want to start a conversation, if you want to call me out, if you want to throw up some evidence of why I'm wrong or something, or why you disagree, go ahead. I don't care, because this is my opinion. So, I want to talk about Haslab, like I literally just said, and why I don't think it should even exist. For things other than Transformers, I think it's probably a good idea. A giant Rancor, a giant Ant-Man, that I can't remember, the Marvel DC guy. He's like an ant and he's huge. And can hold like the little regular figures in his hand, like a Titan class toy, or the proton pack from Ghostbusters, or the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels. All those things make sense in my personal opinion, because those people, either, like in the case of the proton pack, it's like a prop. I don't know, but I think it's like a prop. It's huge, it's massive, it's for hardcore fans, not just a regular fan of the movies like me. I like the movies, but I'm not gonna buy that because I don't have the space, I don't need it, I don't want it, and it's not for me. It's for hardcore fans. And same thing with a giant Rancor from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I like Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Do I love Return of the Jedi? Yes, it's one of my favorite movies of the franchise. But do I need a giant Rancor? No. If I liked Marvel or liked the DC, I'll probably get it mixed up, but the Giant Man. Do I need a giant version of him? No. Do I like some of the Marvel movies? Yes. Do I like some of the DC movies? Yes. Do I like superheroes in general? Yes. But that's for hardcore fans that have the space. And that's where I think the Transformers is set apart. There is a majority of people, in my personal opinion and experience, that it is like 80-20. 80% fans and hardcore fans, and 20% casual and new people just wanting to play with them. Like casual fans. So like, when it comes to Deathsaurus here, Deathsaurus and Victory Saber, for more obscure toys, don't make sense, in my personal opinion. So, before I start going on tangents and stuff, I'm just gonna start with that, with my biggest point, is that if this toy can be made, if this toy, can be turned into a new toy for hardcore fans, and is not an exclusive like him, then this toy can be made at this price point at the same retail level as this toy. So I know that was really quick, but the fact that they have made and are going to make more Rescue Bot toys for, toys that were for 3-year-olds and are now 16, 20, whatever, and they are making this toy, not this specific toy, but this character, into a toy for collectors. And it's retail. I can get on Big Bad Toy Store, I can buy. I can go to Walmart and buy. I can go to Target and buy. I can go overseas and buy. I can buy this toy and not have to struggle to find it. But this toy, you're saying it's too exclusive, it's too rare, and no one knows who he is. We can't sell him. We can't sell him in the same market as this guy. A toy that is, at least 5 years old, or at least 3 years old, and we can't sell it because this is too rare, but he's not. This is a children's toy. This is for literal 3-year-olds, and you're saying that this character that a lot of people know about, a lot of people know about him too. A lot of people know about this guy. And a lot of people know about him, but you're saying that we can sell him at a retail level, but we can't sell him at a retail level. Look at the size difference between Ultra Magnus and Deathsaurus. There are definitely places you could cut the budget to make him the same size as him. And this is easily the same size as Commander Armada Prime and Commander Skylynx or Commander Menasor or Motormaster, Commander Jetfire especially. There are places you could take away to make this toy the same price as this toy, to where you can sell it on the retail level as this toy. And like Cosmos I have here, if you don't want to put him in a retail level like these two toys, you can put him into, you can put him into a store exclusive. If you really don't want to put all your cards into like Victory, like the Galaxy Shuttle. The Galaxy Shuttle is a perfect example. He was in this line. He was in Velocitron. He was already repaint, and he's a toy that a lot of people might not know about. And Galaxy Shuttle is even more like obscure than Deathsaurus and Victory Saber, but still, put them into a store exclusive line. You don't need to put them in retail. But the fact that this is basically a Kickstarter toy, and the only like 20,000 people can have him for $200 doesn't make sense to me, when this toy can get a rebooted, better version however many years later. And that's what doesn't make sense to me, is that this guy's allowed in to the retail line. This guy is at least allowed into a store exclusive line. This guy isn't even into the store exclusive or retail line. He's excluded, and now people have to struggle to find him. Struggle to get him for a good price, for the retail price, for all those things. That's what doesn't make sense to me, is this toy can get a rebooted toy. This guy can't, essentially. Can't get a high-scale rebooted toy. And especially when you can make him at the same price point as Ultra Magnus, and make him retail, or at least an online exclusive. You don't need to make him a retail exclusive like these two. You can make him an online exclusive. He's not an online exclusive, but you can. You don't need to put all your chips out on the table. You can put them online. You can give them to like Big Bad Toy Store, TF Safari, TF Source, all these other online retailers. You don't have to put him on the shelves. That's something that doesn't make sense to me, is that this toy could easily become this price and easily be sold on the shelves at the store. And even if a kid or a mom or a collector doesn't know about Deathsaurus, if you show a cool enough image of him, someone will buy him. A lot of people will buy him. If you show a cool enough image on the back of the toy, and if you show a cool enough artwork image on the front, you can easily sell this toy. Like, just the fact that these two toys, he might weigh a bit more than him, maybe. But the fact that this stuff comes with him, cut all this, get rid of it, maybe give him a gun and give him his breast animals, get rid of some of the panels and stuff that aren't needed, and he could easily become the same price as him. That's what doesn't make sense to me, is that for how expensive he is, you can get into the Planet X one, you can get into the MMC one, and the, I think, X Transbots one for around the same price. And they're the same size. That's something that doesn't make sense to me. And They're old toys, and the fact that this guy and Victory Saber don't reinvent the wheel. They don't reinvent anything. They don't change anything significant enough. This guy, he literally does the exact same as the G1 toy, but gives him knees, elbows, and a couple of panels, I think. I don't own the G1. I've just seen pictures of it, but he doesn't. There's no reinventing. There's nothing like this toy or MP10. It doesn't change anything from a better toy. This toy is very similar to the Combiner Wars one and similar to the Masterpiece one, but he does a couple little things differently to make him interesting, to make him better than the last iteration. This toy doesn't do that from just looking at pictures and understanding how the other toys transform. So that's another thing. And another thing that I think should be happening with this toy is that it should be a testing ground. Okay, so we're going to make the best version of Deathsaurus, Victory Saber, and Unicron we can. But these are toys that we know people will buy. Side tangent. Just cut that off, side tangent. In Japan, this guy is Megatron. And Victory Saber and Star Saber are Optimus Prime. A lot of people in Japan want these toys. You know, I guarantee it. I don't know. I've never talked to someone from Japan or a fan from Japan, but I know with the biggest K that people in Japan would buy these. They would buy them up, a lot of them, because this is their Megatron, and Victory and Star Saber is their Optimus. People would buy them because that's their Optimus and Megatron. And that's what doesn't make sense. Oh, all these fans that want these toys in Japan, where these toys were exclusive, can't have them. Cannot have this toy. Can't have Star Saber, can't have Victory Saber, can't have him and the other two. That just doesn't make sense. Okay, back to my other point that I stopped in the middle of. This toy should be a testing ground. This toy, Hasbro and Takara should be like, okay, we're going to make this toy the best version of this toy. And then in a year, in 2 years, we're going to make them retail release at a commander level. Or for Victory Saber, make 2 Voyagers or 2 Leaders, you know. This should be the testing ground to be like, okay, we can sell this toy at $200, and we have all of this stuff for it. All of the stuff that if you pre-order it, if you buy into the Kickstarter thing, good. You can get the best level of the toy you can possibly get. But in 2 years, for people that couldn't cough up the $200 or couldn't get to it fast enough or whatever, now we can start refining this toy to make it a mainline release. Less paint, no chrome, no big accessories, just a gun. The breast animals, make them maybe make them a little bit shorter. Maybe take some plastic away. Take away this, paint it, or put a sticker. I know that the sticker is a bad idea, but paint it instead of making it a plastic inlay. Things like that. That's what I want to see from Haslab. It doesn't make sense for the Transformers. For other franchises where there are many more casual fans, you know, like the Ghostbusters. A Ghostbusters fan isn't going to buy the Proton Pack. That makes sense. That makes sense for their fandom. That makes sense for other fandoms. But for the Transformers, where we can sell this guy brand new with knees, some, you know, a way better, you know, a collector version of this toy. A collector version of this child's toy, baby toy, then this toy should be able to survive in the exact same market as this toy. Obviously, he'll be more expensive, way more expensive, but that's the whole thing. In my personal opinion, think about all the Commanders we've had and think about all the Titans we've had. Big, expensive toys, obviously, because they're giant, they're fun, but they're very, very expensive to make. Very expensive to make, very expensive to sell, very expensive all around. So that's why this toy will never fail. That's why there's no bad Titan or Commander, because there's too much to lose if they make 1 million of Ultra Magnuses and they all have crappy arms. They can't let that happen because they lost a bunch of money on that toy. You know, basic business. I don't know how Hasbro conducts any of their manufacturing or their business, but I just know the fact that if this toy is more expensive to make than this guy or this guy, so they're going to make him more perfect than him. You know, just basic business. We can't let this expensive product go to waste and no one buy it. This toy we can. This toy and this toy we can do that, you know. We can have him have a loose arm, you know, but we can't have him have loose arms either. We can have him do this, like, you know, just shake him and he almost transforms. We can't do that with him because we'll waste and lose money on this toy because no one wants to buy him. And that's the same thing, is like, that's to the level of this toy. They'll never make a bad version of this toy. They'll never make a bad version of a Titan or a Commander or a Haslab. They will never make an awful version or a bad version. That's what I think, is that Transformers shouldn't exist at Haslab. This toy should have just been a Commander. Been a nice, solid Commander. Same thing with Victory Saber, should have been a nice, solid Commander. Or two nice, solid leaders, and Unicron should have just been a nice, solid Titan. Didn't need to be a big Kickstarter thing. And there's a reason why a lot of things on Kickstarter don't exist anymore. Kickstarter is a fad of the past. You know, I haven't heard of a Kickstarter thing in years. The only time I hear about it is on Shark Tank, a business show. That, you know, Kickstarter and Haslab, things like that, shouldn't work. You know, even if people are excited for Death Source, they're like, man, we just need 100 more backers. Nope. 100 people don't want to cough up $200 for this when they can go buy a third-party one that isn't as accurate as this one, but is accurate enough for their, you know, is the exact same scale and is accurate enough and has the right amount of articulation, has the right amount of size, right amount of accessories. We're not going to buy him. We don't need him. We don't need a Death Source. We don't need to cough up another $200 for another Death Source when I just bought my third-party one. So, nope. Axed. No more Death Source. No more. Not going to see him again. This toy, I guarantee we will never see another Death Source or Victory Saber for another 40 years. Never again. Bet money. And that's the shame of it, is that there's only 20,000 of him, or 30,000, or, you know, not as many as these two or these three. You will be waiting a long time for this toy again, and especially the fact that he's done very well in it and is a very good toy. He's not going to get another toy again for a long, long time. Just like this Ultra Magnus, he's not going to get another toy for a long, long time. The only reason why they made this one is because they screwed up on the Siege and Earthrise toy. Or even if they're trying to make more money off of him and make more money off the Siege and everything. And like this Cosmos, not going to have another toy of him again. The new Chase and the new Rescue Bots that are going to come out in Legacy, not going to happen again. Ultra Magnus, not going to happen again. Because they already made good enough toys that they can sustain the fans forever and ever and ever for another decade, or another 2 decades, or another 3 decades. And this toy is going to be the exact same. He's going to stay around for 30 years, and there's not going to be another one. If it is, it's going to be like a little Legends one, or a little baby toy, you know, like in Earthspark or something like that, or in a movie. You know, they're not going to make another G1 toy. That's what I think. I think that this toy should have been a Commander at a retailer level, or at least online or store exclusive. I don't think people should have lost the opportunity to own this toy. I think it's just dumb, it's stupid that even happened. It's not this toy's fault. It's not Haslab. It's not Victory Saber's fault. It's not Unicron's fault. That decent toys, that good toys, decent toys, bad toys, whatever you want to say about him, that Deathsaurus, Victory Saber, or Unicron, but Unicron, come on. Who cares about Deathsaurus? Who cares about Victory Saber? But everyone in the franchise knows who Unicron is, especially now because of Rise of the Beast. Oh, look, now you can only buy him for like $3,000 instead of the $500-600. Yeah, you gotta cough up $3,000 for Unicron. Everyone knows Unicron. Everyone wants a Unicron. Everyone thinks Unicron's cool. But now no one can buy him. Same thing with him. Same thing with Victory Saber. Oh, you missed him the first time? Looks like you're gonna have to be coughing up an awful lot more money. You know, I think that is completely stupid and dumb. People shouldn't lose the opportunity to buy him just because you don't think he'll pay and sell. If this toy can sell at a collector level, if this toy can somewhat sell, if all these obscure toys, DevCon, if people can sell DevCon, if you can sell Chase, if you can sell the Shattered Glass stuff, if you can sell the Rock Lord stuff, the new Rock Lord stuff that's in Legacy, if you can sell all that obscure stuff, if you can sell Iguanas as a core, you can sell him as a commander. You can sell Victory Saber as a commander gift set. You can sell Victory Saber as 2 leaders or 2 voyagers. If you can do all that stuff, you can do these toys at this level of at this level of price, at this level of retail. He does not need to be a Kickstarter, a Haslab exclusive. It is dumb. And if you think it's a good idea, if you think it's a great idea, come at me. I'll talk with you. I'll do all this stuff. I will literally tell you the exact same things I'm telling you now. Like I said a couple minutes ago, this toy should be a testing ground. Awesome toy now. We'll shrink it down, make it smaller, cut some things, cut some paint, cut some plastic, cut some accessories to make him this scale or around this scale at this price point, and now everyone can buy him. For the people, like an early access, let's talk Call of Duty or talk games and stuff like that. Oh, if you pre-order this game for $80 instead of $60, you get all the DLC. You get all these maps, these map packs, and these free skins or these in-game currencies and stuff because you pre-ordered it. You got the extra stuff. Or like back in the day, you went to buy a Halo game and you were like, okay, the game's $60, but if I buy the $300, $400, limited exclusive Xbox that has like the vinyl wrap or the colors on it and stuff, and the custom controller and everything, plus the game, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cough that up. So I can get even more. I can get that limited thing. Same thing here. Everyone backed this toy. All the people that backed this toy, good job. You backed the toy. You got the best version of this toy. But if you couldn't spend $200 on this toy, didn't want to spend $200 on this toy, and if you're too late, you weren't paying attention to the news and everything about him, or you weren't checking the backing or anything, or even if he didn't get funded or backed, you missed out on that opportunity. So now, in 1 to 2 years, they spend the time refining it, making it smaller, cutting the budget, things like that, because you have the blueprint right here. You have the dies. You have everything to make this toy. So get rid of the chrome, get rid of the dumb accessories, get rid of all those things to make him this price point so everyone can buy him. Even the people that bought this original version, they'll be like, okay, I'll buy the Commander one for, $80 to $100 so I can compare it to mine, compare it to the better version. So let's see if they change something that wasn't on my original or something like that. Like the Missing Link Optimus, kind of like that. Not really. That's a dumb example. Forget I said that. But that's what I think. That's what I think. If you're going to put these toys into play, if you're going to put these toys into Haslab and make them a Kickstarter for a limited amount of people, then you should easily be making you should be learning from it. If, like the whole chrome thing on a Victory Saber, like the chrome chipping and the chrome peeling off, that should be done. It was rectified with this toy, but that should be rectified with the next toy, the next Victory Saber toy, the next toy of Star Saber or Victory Saber or Victory Leo. Those should be rectified. So people who missed out on this toy should get the opportunity of this new toy, of this retail toy. It's gonna be worse. You can't make this toy be retail for the same price. Not gonna happen. You can't do that. You can't cut the budget so hard to make this toy retail for this toy, and everything stay the same. Me personally, I guarantee, I bet money that Death Source could be packed with, just a random gun, like the gun from G1, his original toy with the mace on the bottom and everything, and a smaller sword with, like gray plastic and no paint, or less paint, no chrome. If you were to just take everything excluding Eagle Breast, take all this stuff, this is easily $100 worth of plastic. I guarantee if I weighed all this, excluding the sword and the shield, He'd come around, this entire thing would come around to the same weight as this. Same weight, I bet. Bet money that would happen. And if you don't want to sell tiger breast and eagle chest and eagle breast with him, sell them separately, for if you want them to be this big, sell them as a deluxe, or sell them as an in-between core and deluxe. Sell them as the Micromasters. People would still buy them because they're still really cool. A tiger that has, that's colored like this, and a red eagle, red falcon, whatever he is, people will still buy him. And just add in a molded faux piece of tiger breast for that source if you don't want to, or if you don't have the budget to include tiger breast and eagle breast itself into him. There's so many opportunities to make this guy and Victory Saber available to everyone, and not just the people that were A, around at the right time, and B, had the money to pay, and the fact that they came out in December, the time where people are spending the most amount of money, is that, I don't know, at least this toy did. I missed out on Victory Saber. I missed out. I didn't care about Unicron. I was like, I don't need Unicron. But I loved Victory. I love Victory. If you've seen my show list, you know how much I love Victory. And it hurt me so much that I could not get the Victory Saber. And I'm very fortunate that I have him. That's why I love him. This toy, I just want to disclose this once again, is that this toy, I love this toy. I love it. I love it with all my heart. I love him just as much as this. Love him just as much as these. Okay, maybe excluding him. But love him just as much as a lot of things in my collection. Because he's a very good toy. Really like him. Really love him. But we're talking about Haslab. We're not talking about the toys. We're talking about Haslab. The brand. The thing. The entity. Not his fault. Not Victory Saber's fault. Not any of the other products' fault. No toy's fault. Haslab, the organization, the entity that is Haslab. That's what I'm talking about. And I just forgot what I was talking about. But that's what I think. That's why I think Haslab shouldn't exist. That's why I don't like it. That's why I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of it. Disagree, agree, whatever you want to do. But that's what I think about it. That's what I think about Haslab. It's not his fault. It's not any of the toys' fault. It's not their fault. Like, when people talk about, like, toys yellowing, okay, that was the developer's fault. That was the engineer's fault. That was all their fault. But why are we bashing the toy? It's not the toy's fault that it yellowed. It's not their fault. And same thing. Just because I don't like Haslab, that doesn't mean I don't like this toy. That's why I made this video separate from Deathsaurus's review. I didn't want it to muddle his image because of my negative attitude towards the Haslab brand, or whatever you want to say. That's why I made it separately. That's why I didn't want to. And another thing, no, never mind. That was just dumb. But that's what I think. If you agree, whatever. Say that you agree. If you disagree, say you disagree. If you want to strike up a conversation in the comments, or you want to do whatever, sure. Tweet, make a YouTube video, do whatever you want about this video. I don't care, because this is my opinion, and I don't care what other people think. And this makes sense in my head. I may have made some blatantly obvious mistake, and I'm just making stuff up. I'm just making crap up about this. My argument doesn't hold up. Okay, fine. Call me out. I don't care, because if I made a mistake, and there is a reason why this toy needs to be a Haslab, or it's like a very substantial reason of why he needs to be Haslab exclusive, go ahead, call me out, because I don't know all the details. I don't even know about the rumored toys. If I just see it, if I don't see a picture of it on my Google News feed, I don't know about it. And that's just, so there might be a reason why these toys need to be Haslab. I don't know it. So if there is, go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and not attack me, but go ahead and tell me, go ahead and debate with me or whatever you want. But this is what I think. This is what I think needs. This is what I expect from Haslab. And the fact that this toy and a Victory Saber and that Deathsaurus and Victory Saber changed nothing. Like the fact that his tail comes off, yes, it's cool, but it's a cop out. It's a cop out. If Planet X could do it multiple years ago, this toy could do it. If he transforms like all the others. I've never handled them. I've never handled the G1, never handled any of the third-party ones, but I just know that he transforms the exact same way. All he has is elbows and knees. And same thing with Star Saber. Just a scaled-down version of the Masterpiece. Maybe a panel that's different. And I definitely know that the Victory Leo is definitely stolen. Like 90% of the engineering is definitely stolen from Keith's Fantasy Club, the KFC version. I know for sure. And I'm not bad-mouthing that. They're still lovely toys. I still really want them. I'm not taking away from the engineers that made these toys. Just like I talked about with like the yielding plastic, I'm not taking away from the engineer that engineered this toy or engineered Victory Saber. But it's the fact that nothing was pushed to the boundaries. Nothing was tried. Nothing was exceeded. They're like, okay, here's the bar. We just have to make the bar. So we're not going to jump ahead. Maybe they jumped like this far. When I am paying this much, even if it's $2 more than a regular old Commander or $100 more than a regular Commander, whatever it is, if it isn't exclusive, if it is, when there's only 20,000 to be made, every single one of them should be perfect. Every one of them should be pushing the boundaries of the next. That's what I think. Because you don't have to make 1 million. You don't have to make 100,000. You're only making 20,000. So that means each toy, that mold, should be made better. It should be pushing every bit because you're not having to keep track of 1 million of them. You're only having to keep track of a couple. So you should be able to push the boundaries of each and every one of them, And what are they going to do with the dies that made this toy, or made Victory Saber, or made the Unicron? Just toss them? Oh yeah, we just machined and made all these dies to make all the parts and everything, and all the paint booths, all the stuff that painted all the pieces. Yeah, we're just going to toss them. We don't need them anymore. We're just going to toss them just for 20,000 of them. I just think that's dumb. You can sell. You have the dies. They're already made. What do you make them out of? Cardboard? We can, what do you make them just to hold up for 20,000 molds and then they just fall apart? I bet not. That's just what I think. I know this has been a very, very ranty video. I've never really done this before. And I'm not blowing this out of proportion. I'm not exaggerating. This is how frustrated I get about it. A lot of things don't make me frustrated about the franchise. People who complain about paint, people who complain about hollowness, I can just take it. That's not how I like it. I don't like people who complain about it, but if you want to complain about it, go ahead. But this is something that truly gets under my skin and makes me very angry, because I lost the opportunity to get Victory Saber, and I know a lot of people lost the chance to get Unicron, to get Victory Saber, and to get this toy. And the fact that so many cool things, like the Rancor I was talking about from Return of the Jedi, that looked so cool when I saw it. I wasn't going to buy it, but it looked cool. And now people who did want it don't have it. Obviously that gauges the interest. But the fact that every single Transformer Kickstarter or Haslab thing legit succeeded, that has to show that no matter what you put out, there's going to be a Transformers fan that will buy it. There will always be a Transformers fan that will buy it. There will be multiple Transformers fans that will buy it. There is a market for this toy in retail. For retail releases, there is a market. Whether big or small, there is one. There's at least 20,000 people that will buy it. And there are more that want it. And you're going to sit there and say, nope, Don't need it. This toy can be made for a collector level, but this toy can't. I don't know. It's dumb. It's super dumb. We are literally to the point where we are complaining about the availability of toys. But that's the whole point of it. There's something that I love. I love everything about this franchise. You know, we're in the best part ever. Is it a little bit boring? Yeah. Are they pushing the boundaries of putting spring-loaded features in like this guy? No, not really. But do we still get awesome and fun toys? Yes. All these toys are examples of that. You know? And I want people to have the opportunity to get these toys, just like Cosmos here. People lost the opportunity to get this toy, and I'm very fortunate, just like Deathsaurus, to have him. Super fortunate that I am able to have him, that I am able to hold him and play with him. I'm very, very fortunate to do that. And I know this is a very negative video. I don't like being in it negative. You know, it's not fun. I don't like being negative. But just I don't know. Just the fact that you feel like especially after like Peter Cullen being recognized for his the Lifetime Achievement Award. I feel like the fandom matters, and we do matter. You know, I guarantee all the engineers and all 90% of the people at Hasbro and Takara care about us because they are geeks and fans just like us. But that 10% don't care. They don't care about us. They just want to make a quick buck. You know, they want to make money off of us. They don't care about us, or even just about their other employees that do care. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm not trying to throw stones. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you want to talk about it, like I said, talk about it. Make a video. Tweet about it. I don't own Twitter, so I guess tweet about it and make it. Find me, I guess, or go down in the comments. I don't care. Just I want to hear your opinion because I don't think I'm alone. I don't think I'm alone on this. I don't think I'm the only guy on the planet that thinks that Haslab shouldn't exist, or at least it should be changed. You know, I'm not that kind of person that life isn't fair. I'm not that kind of person that life is fair. Life ain't fair. But when it comes to something like this, it should be. It should be fair. Should be fair that everyone should get the opportunity to buy this toy. Everyone should be. You know. I'm not the kind of guy that is like, well, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. You know, life ain't fair, and I've learned that. You know, I'm not the kind of person that thinks that everyone should get the equal opportunity. Everyone does get the equal opportunity. Yeah, whatever. That's just a whole nother topic. But this is something I think should be fair. Should be fair, just like education. You know, everyone should get the opportunity to be educated. Everyone should have gotten the opportunity to get this toy. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got to rant about. This video is already super long, probably longer than my actual review on him. But I just need to make this video. I just need to talk about it, get it off my chest, because I only talked to my mom about it, and she agrees with me. But I need to talk to someone else about it, so this whole thing can just die. You know, just fizzle out in my body and never have to think about it again. All I have to think about now is how fun Deathsaurus is and how fun 2024 is going to be. So yeah, thank you for sitting here and listening to me rant about something that really doesn't matter. And yeah, till next time, see ya.